MarketChameleon.com. I'm Adam. Will, say hi over there, brother.
I can't hear you. Where are you? You're so far away, I can't see you. Once you get into South America, it's hard to find you.
I am in Peru, everybody. In Peru for the week. Hey, we're gonna see if this works, man. I got the premium internet package, and we're gonna roll with it, man.
We are?
We are. We're most definitely. Why don't you go ahead and bring up your screen there, brother?
I'm up.
Nice, we got you. What do you got going on today, man?
Well, I scrolled down this morning through our feed. Nothing really jumped out at me, but earnings are on the tape this week. It's the biggest week of earnings. A third of the S&P 500 are going to announce this week. 5 of the large Dow components are also announcing this week. Merck, McDonald's, Dow, Pfizer, Apple. So I'm going to look at Alphabet, one of the S&P 500, probably the largest, that is announcing this week, and it's after the close today.
Yes, one of my favorites.
There were some interesting things I saw when I was looking at the earnings option strategies.
What was the most interesting?
Well, one, I just wanted to look at it because it had the highest winning occurrence. 83% of the time, buy the out-of-the-money call 2 weeks before earnings and sell it the day before, so you was sold it, let's say, today. So if we go to I don't know if you're even aware of this, but if you go to the options chain, you can go back and we can test to see how this worked. We just want to make sure we're on the earnings when we go back, which is May 3rd, because that's what we're going to compare it against. So go back 2 weeks to February 12th, and let's click on the May 3rd expiration cycle. So we'll go that day, the at-the-money was the 12.17. Let's go to the 12.50s for the out-of-the-money. So say we bought those for 16.10. Is that right? 12.50s for 16.10. Now we'll back up to today, and we'll look at the May 3rds for the 12.50s. And you can see it's gone through the strike. It's at 12.72 right now. So those 12.50s, you would sell them at 36.90. More than a double. So that's pretty nice. So it did work again this month, buying those out the money calls 2 weeks before and selling them the day before earnings. Just interesting. I'm looking at Google, and we've talked about these FANG stocks ad nauseum lately about their bullish flow. I mean, we've talked about Facebook. So I would play Google to the bullish side going into this earnings. I looked at bullish credit put spreads, and there were pages and pages and pages available with theoretical edge. So take a look, do your due diligence. But if you want to be long Google, it's hard to buy the stock at 12.71. Obviously, that's a lot of downside. Not that it's going to zero, but it would, here you can put it on with theoretical edge, high win rates. Your max loss, your downside cushion, your return if the stock sits, and if it goes higher, your return's going to, get better typically. The other we
loving
looked
my
at,
Google, man, right now. Google, I just loving the company, man. Love it.
Well, your love is special to that company. Apple was the next one I looked at. A lot of different strategies. This is the largest Dow. Well, actually, yeah, I guess it is the largest Dow, but it's the most interesting Dow to me that announces this week, though Merck and Pfizer also announced, which you could all, J&J has had a nice run out of earnings, so that may affect Merck and Pfizer.
And they're announcing tomorrow, right?
Yep. So Apple's on the board. The thing I was looking at with Apple was all the opportunities, buying out of the money calls, buying at the money calls. So if you're looking to do that, you go to the option chain. Let's see. Like this, buying the at the money call, because I would be bullish in Apple going into this. Remember, though, when you're looking at buying the at the money call, we're looking at the earnings. I mean, it is a good chunk of change. Well, we'll look at this. So you'd pay $4.35, let's say today. we'll look at this after earnings, see where it is. It's the 205 line. Is that the money?
Yep.
So, it's expensive, but you may get some positive play here. I mean, all these tech stocks have had nice runs after earnings. So
Yep.
we'll take a look at that. It does seem expensive, and just buying premium doesn't always ring true to me, but it is what it's showing. So we'll just let's do a theoretical trade and take a look at that, and we'll look at that after earnings. The next thing I was just playing around with this morning, we hadn't looked at it in a long while. And if you go to stocks and you go to large market on close order imbalances, these were the end of the day imbalances, both bullish or buy on close or sell on close. And just one that popped up at me, well, actually two, MasterCard, because I know they announced this week. J&J is another one because I know it had earnings and it's now close to its 52-week high. Yep. Pfizer also at earnings is interesting coming up. But AT&T, and there was a lot of talk, well, there always is, about Netflix. The Netflix versus
by the way, I just got I just got an email from Netflix this morning about why they're raising prices on me.
Yeah, why is that? Because you're overseas?
Apparently, I download too many movies. That's what they said.
Really? That was. Can we see that email? Can you show that?
I realized I forgot. I'm on like the super premium plan, like the 4 devices at all times, X amount of downloads per device. I'm on the super premium, but it's raising $2. It's not nothing, but
well, what's that like super premium cost?
$15.99 a month. I'm paying.
That seems cheap. $2, really. Wow. I mean, that doesn't seem like a big goose. But listen, any of these companies, whether it's Amazon and the Amazon Prime, any of these memberships, that's the rub. I mean, they say the Amazon Prime membership may be worth almost $900, something like that, to the members.
Sure.
There's a lot of room for movement. And by the way,
are you a Prime member?
I am, yes.
Yeah, I bet.
We're very early adopters of getting boxes on our front door.
I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, seriously, I don't know why you don't do all your grocery shop. I don't even know why you're going to the grocery store anymore. It makes no sense, man.
Problem is, things go bad that show up in a box quickly, really quickly. That's been my experience.
Oh, are you saying the box actually causes them to go?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the food that comes seems to me, and this is my personal opinion, to be riper, and selecting fruit is a big thing. I mean, I go to the supermarket probably every other day. It's so close. It's on.
Dude, are you insane? You've lost your. Are you really? That's what you really do every other day?
Probably. I buy all my stuff fresh and cook it that night. Yeah, I don't freeze. I've had, I'm old school.
Dude, you're literally insane. That's so wasteful. That's so wasteful, man.
Why? It's on my route.
It's wasteful of your time, my friend. Wasteful.
I disagree. You eat out of a lot.
Just so everybody's clear,
you eat out of
brother is terrible. He does not. He values his time at 0, and he's terrible at calculating lost time.
Are you a fan of eating out of boxes? Frozen foods,
dude. You don't think that food was in a box before it got to the grocery store?
No,
it was hand picked.
I'm at
it was in a basket.
Store.
Somebody carried it in a basket from the farm to the.
I'm stopping at the. I
forgot you like farm to table.
I stop at the farm store every day.
Huge farm to table guy.
I have to stop by the farm every day to pick my and I go out into the field. Actually, it's a co-op.
We do come from family of farmers, so it's still in your genes, I guess.
You've completely lost me. I forgot where I was. But anyways, AT&T popped up. This is a streaming. They do have they're in my streaming portfolio. They had a bad earnings, actually. If you look, it had a negative 4% price effect, but it's up in the pre-market. It was up yesterday. It was bullish into the close. I looked at piling on the bullish side in and it's disappeared because I was also looking at MasterCard. So there are a bunch of opportunities if you want to get bullish in AT&T. Any positive cushion to break even? Let's see. There you see a full page of bullish spreads.
Now they're in your streaming service. What do they have? Vios, or are they Vios, or who? Why are they in the streaming service?
They showed up as one of the streamers when we were doing the research.
Why? Just because they're providing the backbone? I mean, are they in the space?
Yeah, they are. It's in my it's in my watch list under streaming. It is in it.
So therefore, they're streamers.
Therefore, they are streamers. I'm sure there's a chameleon out there that can tell us what they own, what they have a piece.
Well, we know what AT&T does. Maybe it's just because it's the backbone. That's why I was in the.
But anyways, there are 13 pages of bullish opportunities on the streaming in my streaming list. Let me just confirm that in my watch lists, in my streaming, I do have AT&T. Yep, and I do. So that certainly came from somewhere. Apple, Amazon, Disney, Google, Netflix, Roku, and AT&T. AT&T is the one you disagree with, right? No streaming.
Well, no, I'm just wondering what I don't know. I mean, I don't have all knowledge.
It's interesting though, because we've talked about that watch list numerous times. You've never mentioned it before.
Yeah, you know.
But anyways, their earnings was a beatdown. The stock has rallied back. I mean, you do look 5 PE, 6% yield. I don't know. It does seem so old school, but we'll see. We will see. Actually, FOMC meeting coming up. Let's see what the stock pattern detected is. 1 week before the event, 1.3%, 6 in a row. That's strange. Another thing to keep and that's on May 1, the next Federal Reserve meeting. So it's Wednesday. Be aware of that.
Swivel.
Be aware of that. The other one that showed up in the bullish on close trades was MasterCard. They do have earnings this week as well. I just looked at a bullish put spread in it. And again, lots of opportunity. MasterCard, if you want to get bullish into this earnings using the spreads. J&J as well. It's had a big pop after earnings. I think its all-time high was like right around 148, 150, 147.84. To me, it seems like it could definitely retest those levels, particularly if Pfizer and Merck this week also report good data. Lots of bullish opportunities in J&J.
Nice.
Last thing I was going to look back, I looked at the FIRE. For those who don't know the FIRE, if you go to the earnings calendar, today's opportunities, you click on the FIRE. I actually screened down on the FIRE today. I looked at for larger option volume to try to, just to be aware, typically the larger the volume in the options, the tighter the markets are going to be. So less slippage and put it on. And a bunch showed up in AMD. Again, owning options, you're buying the premium. That is what you can lose. So you know your max loss. The ones I thought we'd look at were the long at the money put 2 days before and long at the money straddle. So just to price it out, you go to, again, to the options chain, click on the earnings. The at the money straddle, you'd pay $1.56 for the call, $1.67 for the put. That gets you around 322 or 3, whatever, for all in. So we'll mark that. You pay 323 for that straddle. Let's see what it does during earnings. And for the out of the money put, I just thought you'd go to like the 22.5 line, or excuse me, 25.5 line. So that's like $3 plus out of the money. Pay 65 cents. So we'll just mark these. Actually, let's go down to the 25. That's actually showing up as a good buy. We have it theoed at 53 cents. So let's
Now, what do you say? Why do you say that's a good buy? What are you looking at there to say?
see the
Oh, that's
theoretical.
it's got the okay.
It's
Yep.
we have it theoretically worth 53 cents. So it's got a penny in theoretical edge, just like the spreads. You know, we do an analysis and, you know, put a theoretical value on it based on that analysis. The Chameleon. So like if you look at the 20, I mean, this may be a good spread. You sell this for 98 cents. You know, to us, that would have cent positive on the downside puts you bought and a cent positive selling these. So just things to look at. So we'll look at those and track them and see how they do. And that's your Chameleon report for the day, my brother.
There you go, brother. Good stuff today. I'm going to share my screen here. Let me see how do I do this, man? How do you share this screen? I can't remember. How do you do this, bro?
It's the upper left-hand corner.
There we go. Remember, everybody, I'm putting up the disclaimer right now. Option trading is risky. We are not telling you what to do. We're just giving you ideas. That's what the Chameleon is for. Bro, you brought it again today, man. You brought it again today, dude.
We try to help the community.
All right, everybody. Yeah, good stuff, man. I hope, remember last time, this didn't really work out. Remember, we got ghosted on Google. So we'll see if this one works this time. Hopefully my voice coming in loud and clear. I'm going out for a run right now in Peru, living the dream. Miraflores, man. One of my favorite spots on earth. Have a great day trading, everybody. Say bye, Will.
Stay safe out there, chameleons. Trade smart.
Later, guys.
Bye.